You're swimming in the crystal clear waters of Lake Xochimilco in Mexico when you see it, an underwater creature that looks like it's permanently happy. Wide-eyed, grinning, and with pink feathery gills swaying like pom-poms. But don't let that smile fool you into thinking life is all fun and games for these amphibians. Axolotls may look like they're living the dream, but beneath their cute exterior lies one of nature's most peculiar stories. A mix of eternal youth, superhero-like powers, and a surprising amount of drama for a creature that never even leaves the water. The Peter Pan of the animal kingdom. Here's the deal. Axolotls don't grow up. Well, not in the traditional sense. Most amphibians, like frogs and toads, go through a metamorphosis where they trade their gills for lungs and their water-bound lifestyle for land adventures, not axolotls. They stay in their juvenile form forever, a condition called neoteny. Imagine being a teenager forever. No taxes, no aging, no wrinkles. Sounds great, right? Except you'd also have to deal with constant puberty-like awkwardness and a diet of worms. That's the axolotl's reality. They don't transition to adulthood because their thyroid glands never produce enough hormones to trigger metamorphosis. It's like their body said, why grow up when you can stay cute and aquatic forever? Let's dive into their movement. Axolotls don't just swim, they dance. Their feathery gills sway like ribbons in an underwater ballet. Their tiny legs paddle with adorable determination, and their long tails glide gracefully behind them. Sometimes, you'll even catch them doing a little spin or a gentle wiggle, as if auditioning for Amphibian Idol. They might not win any awards for speed, but their elegance makes them the MVPs of the underwater dance floor. Let's zoom in a bit, right into their mouths. Axolotls have tiny, barely visible teeth. These little teeth are designed for gripping, not chewing. It's like trying to eat pizza with chopsticks, effective but unconventional. Their suction feeding method means they swallow their prey whole. If worms could scream, this would be the moment. But hey, at least the axolotls are smiling through the whole process. Let's pause for a moment to talk about their name. The word axolotl comes from the Aztec language Nahuatl and translates to something like water monster or water dog. Water monster? A little harsh, don't you think? It's like naming a puppy Demon Flo. But the Aztecs revered axolotls. They believed these creatures were the embodiment of the god Xolotl, who transformed into an axolotl to escape death. So, in a way, axolotls are part divine being, part eternal youth, and all around weird. While axolotls might be thriving in aquariums, their wild habitat tells a different story. Once upon a time, they had vast lakes to roam. Now, their watery home is a network of canals surrounded by bustling Mexico City. Imagine trying to live in a historic mansion that's been turned into a cramped apartment complex. That's the axolotl's reality. Pollution, invasive species like tilapia, and shrinking waterways have turned their natural habitat into a battleground for survival. Now, let's talk about those gills. The feathery pink structures that make axolotls look like they're ready for a parade. These gills are external, which is unusual for amphibians. Most of them tuck their gills away as they grow, but not axolotls. They proudly flaunt their gills like underwater fashion accessories. But these gills aren't just for show. They're highly efficient at extracting oxygen from water, which is essential for their fully aquatic lifestyle. And if the oxygen levels in the water drop, no problem. Axolotls can also gulp air from the surface using their lungs. Dual breathing systems? Fancy. Have you ever wondered who would win in a popularity contest, an axolotl or a goldfish? While goldfish are the go-to pet for most people, axolotls are quickly climbing the ranks thanks to their unique charm. Goldfish are elegant, sure, but do they regenerate limbs? Do they have feathery gills? Do they look like they're hosting a never-ending party? Axolotls might not be mainstream yet, but they're undeniably the quirky underdogs of the aquatic pet world. Did you know axolotls are science celebrities? Researchers love them because of their incredible regenerative powers. Labs around the world are studying these creatures to unlock the secrets of tissue regeneration. Meanwhile, the axolotls are just chilling in their tanks, blissfully unaware of their scientific fame. They probably think the humans are just really interested in their underwater dance moves. Did you know axolotls exfoliate? Well, kind of. These creatures shed their skin regularly, a natural process to stay clean and healthy. It's like having a spa day without ever leaving home. Imagine tiny axolotls floating serenely, while their old skin gently peels away, leaving them shiny and fresh. Add a little mood lighting, and you've got an underwater relaxation haven. All they're missing is cucumber slices over their eyes. And maybe a worm smoothie. Axolotls might not be the fastest swimmers, but they have some clever tricks to avoid predators. When danger lurks, they wiggle into crevices or bury themselves in the sediment, blending into their surroundings like aquatic ninjas. But let's be honest, when your main predators are humans and invasive species like tilapia, hiding isn't always enough. Axolotls survive on a mix of luck, regeneration, and that ever-present endearing smile that probably confuses the heck out of their enemies. It's not just their limbs that regenerate. Axolotls can regrow parts of their spinal cord, heart, and even parts of their brain. Yes, you heard that right. They're basically walking, swimming proof that nature has its own version of a repair manual. Picture a tiny axolotl in superhero training, flexing its regenerative muscles, while a tiny coach yells, "You can do it, one more limb." Okay, that's not how it works, but it's fun to imagine. When it's time to find a mate, axolotls get romantic in their own way. Males do a little underwater shuffle, laying down a trail of spermatophores. Think of it as nature's version of leaving a breadcrumb trail. The female follows, picks up the spermatophores, and the rest is history. It's not exactly candlelit dinners and roses, but it works for them. And hey, it's efficient. Under certain lights, axolotls can glow. No, they're not radioactive. They have proteins in their skin that fluoresce under UV light. This has made them favorites in scientific research, but it also means they totally win an underwater rave. Imagine a disco ball spinning in the canals of Xochimilco, axolotls glowing and swaying to the beat. Nature's party animals? Absolutely. Baby axolotls, also called larvae, are born fully aquatic and ready to explore their watery world. From day one, they're miniature versions of their parents, complete with feathery gills and wide smiles. But life as a baby axolotl isn't easy. They have to fend for themselves, dodging predators and hunting for food, while figuring out how to use their tiny legs and tails. It's like starting life as a contestant on an extreme survival reality show. The axolotl teaches us that it's okay to be different. Staying forever young, rocking feathery gills, and regenerating limbs like a sci-fi character. These quirks are what make axolotls so fascinating. As we wrap up this journey into the world of axolotls, we can't help but wonder what other bizarre, wonderful creatures are out there, waiting to share their stories. So, what do you think? Should we dive into the life of the immortal jellyfish next? Or explore the strange, armor-plated pangolin? Let us know in the comments what animal you'd like us to cover in the next video.